Yeah,
But
yeah.
they took out that piece,
Yeah.
that masterpiece
Oh,
right
the
there.
94 you mean? The 94. Oh,
Because
yeah.
that,
And then
that World Cup, Argentina should have won the World
Yeah,
Cup.
yeah,
If
yeah.
they didn't take out Maradona,
for sure. 94.
94, the
Yeah.
way they played,
Yeah. Or if
Argentina?
you're a player like Harry Kane or Lautaro Martinez and you
That
know how to
drop.
drop deep. And then I know a lot of people do say Cristiano's this workout monster and he never stops. I personally I don't buy into it as much. I do see Cristiano on the beach a lot, getting his sun. All right, guys, welcome back. It is 90 minutes or more. This is our season 2 of our podcast where we dive deep, break down everything that's going on in the football world. As we all know, it's been quite an exciting summer of football, an exciting season dating back to the beginning of 2025. So much to break down. So essentially, we're back here with Frenchie and Vincent to break down everything that has happened so far. How's it going, guys? How you guys feeling after this wild summer, Champions League, World Cup? What are some of your takeaways from the beginning?
It was pretty good, pretty good. PSG winning back to back.
That's it.
Arsenal winning.
That's it.
It
Last
was
time we were here, PSG had no Champions League titles, and now they have 2.
Now we
So,
have to.
congratulations to PSG. Definitely well deserved, well earned, over the 2 years.
Yeah.
What about you, Vincent? How have you been feeling about this season?
Pretty good. Lots of games in the World Cup. Almost nothing to do but just to watch football at this point.
Legitimately.
Yeah.
Watching
So-
football became a day job, right?
Yeah, dude. It was like when I had to go to work and stuff. It was like kind of hard. Like I
Yeah.
had to stop and go and see the games. And stuff.
Yeah. No, it was definitely a very fun tournament. And of course, yes, the 2026 World Cup just ended. The first time the World Cup had 48 teams in total over, and a lot of new countries that we hadn't seen play before, a lot of new surprises, to be honest, right, with all the additions. And what do you guys think about that in general in terms of the increase of teams and how that went? Do you think it was successful for increasing it to 48?
For me, it's complicated. But I would say no. I'm going to go on the negative route because I like the World Cup more with 32 teams. I
Right.
think there were a lot of teams that maybe they were just there for granted. Yeah, so I would go back to the 32. I think the World Cup is more interesting. And then also, like, there is one more game in the World Cup, which makes the
100%.
players be a little more tired.
More tired.
More towards the end.
Exactly.
So,
100%.
Well, for me, I kind of like it because it kind of shows the other countries, like the small countries, that never made it to the World Cup, like Capo Verde and stuff like that. That you seen that competing with like a big country like Argentina and coming back and stuff like that. So it was good to see, goalkeepers and yeah, like for me, like it's good and also bad because there's more games, more teams. Players kind of get tired. It's a lot. It's a lot to watch, but it's also good for like small countries, basically.
Right. And
Yeah.
even continents like Africa that finally got more countries playing and stuff like that. I agree. It's a double-edged sword. It does give countries that spotlight to lift up their game and start competing at these levels. But at the same time, more games. I feel like there was a lot of filler teams that we knew aren't going to make it, to the end type thing. So it kind of, plays with the competition a little bit, But all in all, I mean, I think it was handled pretty well. I think that, like I said, everyone got their spotlight. Cape Verde, some of the African teams coming up. So yeah, that was interesting. I know they're actually trying to increase it now to 64, which I feel like is too much. There needs to be a limit, but I think FIFA is also taking advantage of the fact that they can get the whole world involved, social media, instead of having 32 countries, you have double the amount talking about the World Cup, and which leads to more money for them, of
The
course.
thing is, it's good for like South American teams
Hmm.
and African teams because there's more European teams, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's like you only see Europe, but you don't see like African teams
Right,
and
right,
South
right.
American teams and stuff like that. Like like to show their talents, right? So I feel
100%.
like it's good to keep it like at 48. At least you get like competition them. Like
Yeah, yeah.
you don't give them like a free entry and stuff like that.
Exactly,
At least they
exactly.
have to work to make the
Towards it, yeah.
towards it and
There's
stuff like
only
that.
170 countries. You can't have half the countries in there, right?
You know,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
it
So,
won't make it interesting anymore and stuff like that.
100%.
Yeah, but it's kind of good, to have like African teams, more African teams,
For sure,
not
for
like the
sure.
same African team that you see every 4 years and stuff like that. Especially for the South American teams, the Latin teams and stuff like
Right,
that.
right. And then
To see that,
the
right?
fans as well that get a chance to cheer for their country that never, you know, before
True.
got a chance, right? So now that, like you're saying, Cape Verde, like and we're kind of getting exposed to their culture a little bit and seeing. So
Yeah.
yeah, no,
Well, Peru still didn't go.
I know,
I mean,
right?
like, come on, guys.
You right,
I guess
six,
we have to get the 64.
64 to get Peru in,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Well, maybe next one we're probably gonna go because it's like 60 teams, like you said
Yeah,
before.
yeah,
So
yeah.
hopefully,
Hopefully, beat Venezuela and Bolivia at least.
that would be their first World Cup, which would be
Yeah.
interesting.
Moving on, of course, 2026 World Cup. I mean, there's so many things that we could talk about from beginning to end. But we'll start with the end, of course, with Spain coming out as champions. They had a very, tough knockout phase, I would say, facing Portugal, facing Belgium, facing France, and then Argentina. So it is pretty valid, I would say. Argentina, on the other hand, having some exciting games, having to come back in some of them, scoring the most goals in the World Cup history, I believe, with 19, So they definitely put on a show to get to the final, but Spain came out as champions. I don't want to focus on the game too much. I want to focus on kind of the qualities that we've seen from Spain and what made them, so unbreakable, at this tournament.
I feel like for me, it's the I guess the discipline from the players because when they started, I thought for me they're not gonna make it far.
Yeah, yeah,
It was like a surprise for me how they made it all the way to the final.
for sure.
For me, I thought it was like okay, they're they're not gonna make it out the group stage, or even if they make it out the group stage, they're gonna get eliminated
Yeah, yeah,
from whoever they face.
right.
But yeah, the discipline and also the patience and the confidence from the Spaniards and stuff like that that made them go all the way to the final and winning the whole tournament where they were I think they were favorites but not as much as Argentina and France
Right,
and
right,
stuff like that, right?
right.
Well, for me, I did some research on that a little bit, and I think Spain it's been working in the same type of projects since 2006. So this coach called Luis Aragonés, I don't know if you guys know him. He basically took Spain and decided to sort of start working on all the sort of junior divisions of all the teams in Spain
Right,
to
right,
play
right.
sort of the same style of football.
Right.
So it's not only Barcelona that La Masia that plays that possession style of football,
Fair enough.
but all the other teams that have junior divisions and stuff like that, they all have the same approach in that regard. So the roster of players that they have in Spain, it's crazy. All of them play the same, and all of them they play basically by memory. So that is a big factor, I think. And I think what they've tried to do, and they have done successfully, is that sort of they always keep the same style of playing, and whether the talent is big or small, they always sort of like keep the same style.
Right.
And when the talent is a little bit better, they start winning.
Right. Right.
And for example, they played the same type of football in 2022. The talent was not there. But then Lamine and Nico came into the team.
Right. Right.
And that was sort of the talent of the team.
Right.
And that increased the level of the team. But they still keeping the same sort of style.
Right.
So,
Right. Fair enough. Fair enough.
So it's a very long-term project. And I think Spain, it's kind of ahead of all the other national teams just because of that.
Essentially, football's becoming very instruction based. Coaches want players to do certain things, and that's pretty much it. You know what I mean? It was even frustrating me sometimes because I know some players on Argentina, they can do more,
Yeah.
but whatever Scaloni's telling them is what they're doing.
Yeah.
Essentially,
I feel like when they get close to that stage, like the semifinals, the final, or the quarterfinals, it's like they don't want to make any mistakes and stuff like that. They start playing like more safer. It's
Yeah.
like, dude,
They don't want to go outside of.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
even seen it with France. You know what I mean? In the France versus Spain game,
Yeah,
where
yeah,
some
yeah.
players are just taking it safe, and it's
yeah,
like,
yeah. It's like, what are you guys doing?
yeah, this is it. This is
It's
it.
like you win or you go home.
Yeah.
Like you have to die in the field.
Yeah,
You have to die in the field, man.
Yeah.
It's like
I agree.
100%.
it's like you play like you don't even want to win.
100%.
It's like
100%.
and it gets frustrating. You watch. You like you were like the fear team in the whole tournament.
Yeah.
But when you get to that stage, like you have one more game.
Right.
One more game.
Push it through. Right.
Push it through.
Yeah,
But
yeah. Put
like,
your body on the line,
Yeah,
slide
body-
tackle, whatever you have to do.
whatever you have to do.
And I think Spain did a good job of that as well, is just controlling their mental part of the tournament. Argentina, we were riding on a lot of emotions, beating England, eternal rival. You know what I mean? After that game, like, your head's kind of in the air a little bit, and then even with the comebacks and things like that, like, it was kind of a ride of emotions, whereas Spain was like just taking everything calm. They didn't feed into the mind games. They didn't get scared with France. They didn't get scared with Argentina's physicality, and that was definitely a part of it too.
Yeah, but what he mentioned too, I think a little detrimental to sort of like football, generally speaking, is sort of the format, because these tournaments are playoffs essentially, and you can lose or you can win in penalties. So the gap difference between the teams is reduced.
Yeah.
Whereas when you play sort of in a league format, you have to go for the 3 points. You have to attack.
You're right.
You must, because
True,
if you lose, you get 0 points. But if you tie, you get 1 point, which is just as bad, right?
Right.
So going for 3 points, it makes a huge difference on how the mindset of the team. Are we going to attack more? Are we not going to attack more?
True, very true.
But again, the World Cup and the Champions League, I see them as a party. They are just a part. Like, they are amazing tournaments, but not always the best team. Like, there is penalties, there is extra time. There's so many variables that don't really determine a better team. Right? That's why I'm very I really like the league because of that. I still like the Champions League, the World Cup, but the format is a little different.
I'm gonna ask you a question about that in a little bit.
Yeah.
Pertaining to that, yeah.
Yeah, and but then one thing that I think it's harming for the players is that these two tournaments, especially the World Cup, it's so, like, I hate to say it, but like Ronaldo said, it's just 6, 7, or 8 games, and that.
But Ronaldo
determine...
Ronaldo played 6 World Cups.
No, I know.
That's 40 games.
That's a fact. But the point is that this tournament it weighs so much in trophies like Ballon d'Or and stuff like that disregards a whole season in the back.
True.
Right. And for me, that's...
Okay, since you brought it up now, I'll ask you now.
Okay.
So speaking of Cristiano, because we're gonna speak about him in a bit too. If you're gonna go with that narrative or that path, his whole career is based on winning 5 Champions Leagues.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like, where do we go then? Do we say that his 5 Champions Leagues are not valid because it's the league is more important, because he only has in 20 years I think 4 or 5 league titles.
Yeah.
Right. So where does the validity with the Cristiano argument
If
now.
I say it, you guys are gonna cancel me. But
Yeah.
for me, Messi should have won all the Ballon d'Ors.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
as that,
Yeah. Yeah.
because
Yeah.
his seasons were unbelievable.
Yeah.
Maybe Ribery's season when Cristiano won, I remember he
Yeah,
was
yeah.
probably better in that season particularly, and Lewandowski as well in 2021. But Messi deserved most of the Ballon d'Ors.
Right. Right. Right.
It's just a reality, and
Fair enough. Fair enough.
yeah, he should. But it would be kind of boring for him
Well-
to like have 20 Ballon d'Ors. But I
Right,
can
right,
touch on
right.
that
Yeah, you
later.
have to mix it up. Exactly. No, no, no. And I agree to an extent, to an extent, like I said, because I know a lot of people use the Champions League as Cristiano's high horse. You know what I mean? Like
Well, and
he
people are
did this
using
in the
Messi's World Cup as, but for me, if he wouldn't won not even one World Cup or not even one Champions League, he would still be the best.
Yeah, yeah, 100%, 100%.
You can take away even half of his goals, and he would still be the best.
And
right?
then, but the fact that he got to 3 finals just makes it. Yeah.
But again, it's
Yeah.
a playoff tournament. But
Yeah.
if you see his seasons there, even
Yeah.
the season that he won in 2022, if you analyze that season, people are saying that he won the Ballon d'Or on that year because of the World Cup. No, his contributions were like
Exactly.
60 goals.
60 goals. Yeah, yeah.
A
Plus-
little more than Haaland.
Plus, he won the league with PSG
Yeah.
twice. He won four titles there. Most assists in that league campaign too, right?
Yeah.
So no, yeah. So I guess that's one part, and we'll talk about that in a bit again. Now I want to talk about the silver medalist Argentina quickly. Very exciting tournament. I mean, coming from a fan standpoint, it was the tournament I had expected us to have, but with a few drawbacks that I didn't expect. At the same time, I didn't expect all the fighting through some of the games. I didn't expect, things just not going as smoothly, But at the same time, I almost didn't expect the comebacks that we had in the phenomenal fashion that we did it and stuff, So, what are your guys' take on what you've seen with Messi, with Argentina, with the whole run?
No, for me, Messi, this tournament, he was very, 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 very good, very, very good. At his age, 39, was it 39, 38? Something like that. Yeah, at his age. Like for me, if I was there, like I won't give him too many chances. I'm like, how this 39-year-old going like this to everybody? I'm like, nah, man, I'm taking out his legs, man. I have to.
And that's how players think, right? I don't want this old guy fucking.
Yeah, old guy. I'm young. I'm
yeah,
fresh.
yeah,
Old guy is
yeah.
making me look
Yeah.
like that. No, man. But yeah, like it was crazy. Like he looked like he was like the fittest guy on the tournament.
Yeah.
Than everybody.
Yeah.
He was running. He was getting tackles. He was getting tackled. Coming back and stuff like that. But I feel like they had to come back too many games, I think, to lead to the final. And I guess when they got to the final, they kind of got exhausted and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Especially in different timing, because all the games for Argentina was mostly at nighttime. So it's like you're kind of have like you don't have the sun, right?
Yeah,
so you're
yeah.
more like 100% more
Exactly.
fresh.
No, for sure.
But after getting to like the semifinal, I think the semifinal and the final they played earlier time. So you have the sun. No. Semifinal was at nighttime.
Semifinal was
at nighttime.
closed roof.
Closed roof.
Yeah. It's just the final. Yeah, the final.
Yeah. So you
I think one other game, maybe against Cape Verde, or I think Cape Verde was in Miami too.
Yeah,
so that was a little difficult.
Yeah, a little difficult. So you have to like fight every single time. So when you get to the final, you're in a different temperature where it's like more hot. Your condition might not be 100%, especially the other guy that left. Was it Martinez? The one that got cramps early on.
Lisandro.
Lisandro.
Lisandro Martinez.
So it's like that played a huge factor
100%.
in the final and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, I think I mentioned that at the beginning, I said this World Cup is going to be tough. You got games in Mexico, you got games in the sun, in roof, different times. Like it was already a battle, for a lot of teams just to go through customs from Canada to U.S. to, I think even Bosnia, they played their first game here, and then they had to go to L.A. to play. So it's just like it was. That's the nature of the game, nature of the World Cup. But I knew that was going to be something. But yeah, you can.
But Argentina,
Yeah.
Uh, I think I mentioned to you before that for me, Messi going to the MLS, it's what basically extended his career in the national team. And one of the main reasons is because here in the MLS, they rest for 4 months of the year,
Right.
and that gives you like a lot more time to rest.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the, if we want to talk about Cristiano, big mistake of him to go to Saudi, because he plays too many games during the season.
Yeah.
Because his goal is scoring 1,000 goals,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I guess different goals, but yeah, that it showed in the field that Cristiano was tired all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even at his age, I think you can still recover up to like 43 years old. I don't think it would be a problem. But you probably need a lot more time to recover. Now there's so many advances
For sure.
in technology about physicality and like how to
Right.
recover and all that. Like,
And speaking of that, because I know how you're saying how Messi looked as fit as he did. He was actually doing 2-a-day workouts for 3 months. Him and DePaul said that for 3 months prior to the World Cup, they did 2 a day, right?
but what kind of workouts, right? Like there's a lot of recovery involved.
For
in
sure,
those
for sure.
workouts, right?
But probably specifically
Exactly.
for the World Cup,
Exactly.
And then I know a lot of people do say Cristiano's this workout monster, and he never stops.
no.
I personally, I don't buy into it as much. I do see Cristiano on the beach a lot, getting his sun, and you know what I mean. So I think Messi works just as hard as him, maybe
Possibly.
harder at times, right? So. But yeah, no, going back to what you were saying and the seasons with the MLS for sure. The fact that it starts in a completely different time.
Makes a
And also
difference.
before the World Cup, I said, Messi spent 2 years in America. He knows all the stadiums, He's been to every single one of these stadiums that he's played in. He's scored in them already. As a soccer player, when you know the fields, you know the field. That's it. Versus showing up to a field for the first time, right? So I knew that was going to be an edge for him, for sure. And he was thinking about that, too, for sure. Yeah.
Could be, yeah.
Especially, like what you're saying, Messi knows the stadium, but also the flight distance
Yeah,
also.
exactly, yeah.
So he knows, okay,
he's used to it.
you get there, I'm gonna have that many.
I'm gonna have my favorite store here. It's like I like my coffee, my cappuccino from from this cafe.
Makes a
Like,
difference.
yeah, no, for sure.
Especially what you were saying about the resting period also, right? Because okay, when I get to like Miami, I'm gonna have like that many time of rest.
Exactly.
Like other people that's not familiar with
Not
that and stuff like
familiar,
that.
yeah.
They don't know.
You're learning
everything.
yeah.
You're learning everything.
Yeah.
You don't know how many rests you might have. You might be in a different spot. You'd be like, oh man, let me do some sightseeing and stuff
Right.
like that. Like you're supposed to be sleeping at 10, but you're sleeping around 12,
Right,
1
right,
a.m.
right.
That also plays a huge factor. And it's when you mentioned also with Cristiano also too, like it was, when you think about it, especially at his age, he should have went to MLS
Yeah.
and stuff because they get a longer stretch of like
He would have been
break and
treated
stuff like
better
that.
there too.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Also the break too, like the rest and stuff, especially at your age, because
Yeah.
in Saudi Arabia they wanna grow their league. So there's
exactly.
like more
They have all these
games.
games, Champions League 2 and
And the players too,
Kings
they wanna.
Cup and all this
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
You
And the
know?
He
players-
wants to play all the minutes too.
He wants
Yeah.
to play.
Score
That's the
all
other
Yeah,
thing too.
yeah,
They want to
yeah,
play all
yeah.
the minutes with guys that want to show also their talent.
Right,
So
right.
they're gonna be more harder on him and more physical on him and
Exactly,
stuff like
exactly,
that. When
exactly.
in MLS, they're like, okay, we're gonna step a little bit back. Messi has the ball,
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like that. We're still gonna be physical, but it's not as
As
over there and stuff
Right,
like
right,
that.
right,
Competitive. So it was a good decision for Messi to go over there because it's like going to like pick up, going pick up,
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's like let me
Get
get
a professional pickup for him, Messi.
for him. Because
Right.
now you still get your touches, your skills and stuff like that. You're still sharp and your
Exactly.
thing. So now when you get to the World Cup, you're sharper
Exactly.
and stuff like that,
No.
right? So
He was the
helped him a
sharpest
lot.
out of all the Argentina players. Like he was the
Yeah.
absolute sharpest,
Yeah.
which was insane. I really, realistically, didn't expect that good of a World Cup for Messi.
I actually did. I think I told you. But to
Right.
be honest, one of the big things that I noticed is that Messi played this World Cup better than the last one.
Yeah.
But the last one, his team was better,
Yes. Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I
yeah.
feel that in this World Cup, the
He
team
was
was
car-
not
yeah,
there.
he was carrying. He was
He was
carrying
carrying the
more.
team
Yeah,
a lot more than last time.
100%.
And yeah. But yeah. The thing about recovery, I think a player as professional as Messi or Cristiano, they can, if they know how to manage their legs, they can play for a long time.
Right.
45. What do you think about that? Because you see now people that are 40, 50 years old, super fit, whatever.
Right.
And that makes a huge difference.
Yeah, like you said about the new technology, because now the technologies are evolving. They have like different things,
Yeah,
different
recovery through your
and
legs,
stuff
yeah.
like that. Especially like before, when you used to get MCL,
Infiltrate.
ACL injury, you had to like cut open like the knee
Right,
and stuff like that. But now
right.
you just like two lasers, just
Yeah.
that's it. After you
Done.
just recover, right?
Right.
And stuff like
Suarez
that.
scored a goal yesterday. I see him
Yeah.
great physical shape. Too.
Yeah, no, those guys, they have the brain, they have the IQ that, will never go away. And this era of football can't catch up with their IQ. It is what it is. Like, they just know the game, the ins and outs, the little tricks, whatever it is. The mentality of the game, Messi, Suarez, these guys, they just know it.
But
know.
you
Even Cristiano to
you
an
would
extent.
expect for them to know the knowledge of playing all these years, right? You expect from
But the
them.
hunger is what's impressive, right?
Yeah,
Messi's
yeah,
hunger,
yeah,
even
yeah,
Suarez still
yeah,
hungry, like it's
Yeah, no, it's very impressive. Yeah, like it's especially at their age, because who would have thought that, especially like Cristiano, Messi, most of the Modric, yeah,
Modric,
yeah,
he could play for
Modric.
another couple
Yeah,
of years,
yeah,
easy.
Modric,
Easy.
yeah. Benzema also,
Yeah.
like people, their career, they used to like what 34, 35. That's when they end their career and stuff like that. But now these guys are going to like 40.
Yeah.
Pretty soon they're gonna go 50.
Yeah, the old era with like Vieri and Batistuta.
Claudio Pizarro, Peruvian player, I don't know if you know him.
Yeah.
He played till
till
43, 42.
Yeah.
He was good.
He was good.
Paolo Guerrero is still playing in Peru, 41 years old. Yeah, so I think it's we're living into an era that we're gonna see a lot of age gaps in the soccer field, which is great.
For sure.
Because
Yeah,
And,
no,
It kind of motivates us too, because like if these guys can stay that
Yeah.
long,
I know, right? Let's go play. Let's get in
Right,
shape.
yeah, 100%. Yeah, no, I feel like the skill set and quality right now is gonna get you through. If you have that skill set, you have the quality. It's you're definitely there.
But also the eating also different, like the food that they eat and stuff like that. Because most of them, yes, they drink, but not as much.
For sure,
Yeah. But yeah, that also plays a big factor.
Yeah,
Big factor also in their health.
Well, I mean, yeah, overall, to cap off with Argentina, I mean, 2 Copa Americas, Finalissima, World Cup, and then second place. I think it's fair enough to say, maybe not as players, but as one team, one cycle, it's been the best Argentinian generation. Would you guys agree or disagree?
No, I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
No, I agree 100%. 100%. Yeah, like
In terms of results, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And getting it together, what Scaloni's done, buying into the system. I know some of the players were a little tired this World Cup, and Scaloni had some, different tactics he was using as well, that kind of didn't play into their favor the whole time. But the resilience, kind of spoke for itself because, and then the historic game against England, once again, I think that will live in the memories of all football fans forever, especially Argentinian football fans. They're always gonna remember, what
English football fans.
English football
Yeah.
fans. I'm sorry, my English fans, but you guys gotta wake up every single day knowing that we beat your ass.
Two times, twice,
Twice. Bye
twice.
bye. No, but absolutely amazing.
And I see it's funny that you mentioned that because I see that English fans are much more accepting of the fact that Messi it's an unbelievable player and still the best.
Yeah.
Whereas all the Latin Americans and everyone here and in Spain too, they're hating on Messi on Argentina.
Yeah.
And it's just if you see the contrast between the two fan bases,
For sure.
it's quite
For
incredible.
sure. I mean, there's a lot of teams that have gotten the bitter end of Messi's greatness, and that's part of it too. Look at Mexico, and how many Mexican fans are against Argentina, but it's like, dude, we beat you every single time. So obviously you're gonna get sick of it. You're gonna say "F this guy" and whatever, But I think a lot of it is unfortunate because you're not looking at it with a real football perspective.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just emotional, So, but it comes with it, when you're at the top, when you're one of the best. That's part of it too.
You're not gonna please everybody, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
You're not gonna
Exactly.
please
Exactly.
everybody.
Exactly. Yeah. So next team, which was essentially the fighting third, was France. And I know Mbappe had an amazing tournament. Golden boots. Olise, most assists in World Cup history with 7. What a player. These last couple tournaments, getting either to the final or semifinal, still in a good cycle, realistically. But what do you feel like it's going to be for France to get them over to that, that final line going forward?
I think for me, it depends. It depends on the coach, on the coach's decision making when they get to there. Is he gonna keep it? How
Is Zidane now actually, right?
Yeah, Zidane. Yeah, Zidane. Yeah. Like, is he gonna keep it all the way, like the same players, or when he gets to like quarters, semi, he's gonna start changing it? Because that's what I see with a lot of coaches. They start the tournament well with the same players. But as soon as they get to like the semis, the quarters or whatever, they change the player. A player that never played the whole tournament. They be like, oh yeah, okay, we're gonna put this one in, and we feel like he's gonna be good for that game, and end up being like horrible. The same thing with the semifinals, with Spain and France.
I think the midfield.
Chouameni
didn't even play.
he didn't play
Kone was playing.
Yeah, Kone was playing. Even he had Barcola. But Doué was the guy
scoring goals.
So he took off Doué, kept Barcola. He put Chouamini and stuff like that with Rabiot. Chouamini was like nowhere to be found. It's like we were playing only a 10-man. 10-man team and stuff.
Speaking of Chouameni, he kind of plays like that. It's like you don't really know what he does. You know that he's solid. Yeah. He can pass. He can move the ball, this and that. But sometimes you get lost in what his role is. And
he was playing mostly like he was playing like a center back.
You
get the ball, you pass it back to the keeper. Get the ball, you pass it back to the keeper. Like
he's not trying to dribble nobody.
It's not going forward.
He's not trying to dribble nobody.
And the thing you could criticize Mbappe a lot, but it's like he's only a striker. You can't go all the way back to the midfield, get the ball and dribble like 4 or 5 guys. And stuff. You can't do that. It's hard. It's 11 players. You have to play as a team. And people always say, oh yeah, he doesn't contribute and stuff. But it's like if your midfielder's not that good, how can your striker be good?
It's just, you need support.
You need that support. You know, you can't do everything. By yourself every game. Like maybe 1 or 2 games, maybe you might do your thing by yourself, but every single game, it's tough. It's tough. You know.
For me, I saw a big difference between 2022 and 2026 in France. I don't know if you agree with me, but the fact that Griezmann was not on the field, like he was truly, like in the last World Cup, he was truly the engine of that team. He was running everywhere, and he would make everybody score goals. I feel that France played with a lot of strikers with an immense talent, but they didn't really have that anchor between the defense and the attack, which I feel Griezmann was the one
For sure, for sure.
in that function of
Yeah, I think I said before the tournament, Griezmann, Lloris, obviously he's old, but even Hernandez, there's a few guys there that were like good for when you win the World Cup, when you're competing in the Euros and stuff like that, and they were leaders of the team, and that's always important, But time goes and you have to change, But yeah.
But I feel like for me it was a bad decision from the coach. At the end, it's like you have to keep the same players. Same players. Everybody was scared of France. People were like, man, France is winning. He's winning it all.
Easy,
But when you get to there, it's like they're average players. They are amateur. Spain made them look like little boys.
Yeah.
How they were playing is like
Right. But then, like you're saying, you're relying on some new player, Luka Dean, who messed up with the penalty. Luka Dean, I would never want him on my club team, but I get it. He's a simple player. He's good enough for the role, type thing. So yeah, there's a couple players there that are filling in right now. It doesn't seem like they're the perfect player for France. Yeah.
Like for me, Luka Dean, it's a mistake that he did, but
he played a good tournament. Don't get me wrong.
He's not a bad player like what people are saying. He's not a bad player. It's just that one mistake that he did and stuff like that, right? And also like Yamin Amal, he's a good player, so he's kind of having a tough time with him, but what can you do, right? You're trying to defend, but the main mistake that the coach did to keep Tchouaméni on the field and stuff like that. And also we lost Saliba. Saliba played with a fracture, was it fracture back or something like that? The whole tournament, so he couldn't even take that on. And you put freaking Lacroix. Lacroix hasn't played, he's not, I don't think he was 100%. Like he tried to do his best, but when you see him play, his touches, he wasn't like 100%, right? And you have other defenders there. Other defenders. Why are you gonna put your other defenders? Why are you gonna put players that are not 100%, especially in a team like Spain and stuff like that, right? So it kind of was a messed up point for Deschamps.
Yeah, I mean Deschamps, he did as much as he could through the whole time he was there, right? He did a lot. He won titles and got to the final, won to the World Cup. Yeah, exactly. So I think he did a fabulous job. I think like it was just a bit of a transition. It's weird because there's so much superstars on France, but it's still a little transition,
But
and to see.
But yeah, guys, 14 years. He was the coach of France. 14 years.
Wow.
What is it? What? One World Cup.
It's
too much. It's too much. It's too long. Yeah, it's too long. Way too long.
And with the talent that you guys have.
It's way too long.
Well, another guy I was gonna mention, 2018 Pogba, very important that team.
That too.
Kante.
He didn't play Conte.
He didn't play Conte.
Another guy.
Why do you have Conte?
And why are you gonna put Tchouaméni and not Conte?
What about Cherki? Ryan Cherki. Why doesn't he play? I think he's good enough to play in the team.
He's like
he's a bit of a
Cherki.
For me, he's a school ground player. He plays amazing.
I like
you know
that.
what I mean?
We need that.
He has that little flair, but it doesn't always work with.
No, but his attitude is like he's like Nasri. I don't know if you know Nasri.
Nasri,
His attitude is just like him, and the other player too.
He's a little unserious,
Ben
right?
Ben Arfa, his attitude is like Ben Arfa also, like he wasn't put in, so he was like
pissed off.
Pissed off and stuff like that, like it's like.
And then a player like him, when you put him in, he's gonna try to deke everybody.
Yeah, he's trying to deke everybody, or he's not gonna do anything.
Or
he's
exactly, or he's uninterested.
He's not interested, and that's
why I said for me he's a school ground player. He's either he's going,
or not. He's pissed off, so he's in the field, so it's like he's like he doesn't want to play and stuff.
Takes his time out.
And that's what happened with the Nasri and Ben Arfa. Phenomenal players. They could have been like one of the best players in the world.
Particularly Ben Arfa.
Yeah, Ben Arfa also too. Ben Arfa is just his attitude.
Levels.
His attitude was horrible. Very, very horrible.
No, I definitely agree. Yeah, well, that's what it is for France. I mean, we'll see what happens with the next cycle with Zidane. You know, there's going to be a lot of new cycles for all the teams. But I think all in all, I mean, you know, we had an incredible World Cup. We seen some of the best strikers score: Haaland, Kane, Messi doing his thing, Mbappe. So I think that was a beautiful treat for us football fans to finally see a World Cup where you have like five, you know, top scorers that are all elite footballers. Usually in the World Cup, it's a little dicey. You know, you don't get all the time the top players
Well,
scoring.
that's one of I know I said I prefer 32 teams, but that's one of the positive things of having 48 teams. There's
Right,
a
right.
little more games. There's a little more chances for the great players to sort of like start warming up and getting
Early,
better
yes,
game by game. So
100%, 100%, not 100%. Yeah, for sure. All right, so moving on. Of course, you know, we've been talking about Messi and what he's left with this World Cup. We're talking about him possibly even playing another World Cup, you know. I want to know at this point, you know, from what we've seen, what more can we say about his legacy in terms of the performance he put and the career he's already had. I feel like with Messi, he's had like five different peaks of his career, and it's hard to really track them all because you have the young Messi, of course, and then the 2015 almost, and then the 2019 Messi,
that's
and
the one I
the
like.
2022 Messi, and now we got the 2026 Messi, you know? So, like, where's the stand in football greatness? Like, we're like, you know, like,
For me, 2019 Messi is just a little above everybody else.
mhm.
I wish, of course, Barca would have won that Champions
Yeah,
League.
yeah, me too.
They deserved it, uh, but at the same time, they didn't because of the style of playing Barcelona was playing at the moment.
Hmm.
Uh, but yeah, that guy carried the
Yeah,
whole season.
yeah,
So
yeah,
like what I mentioned before, right? That
yeah, yeah.
in this case was the
No,
whole
I always
season.
say that 2019, 2020 Messi for me, that was like one of my favorite versions, you know,
Yeah.
for what he did at Barcelona when he had that year with the 20 assists, 20 and 20. I was just like, this guy is phenomenal, you know, to keep doing it. But yeah, now we're back again here, 2026. It's another Messi show. So like, you know, with the greats like Pele, Maradona. Of course, we talk about Zidane and
Yeah.
R9, and you
You
know
want
what I
my
mean.
top five, like
Not your
historic?
top five, but just like, does this, you know, change anything
For
from
me,
what you thought
no. I think
before?
Messi for me was already probably the best player
Yeah,
in
yeah,
history, up there with Diego Maradona.
right.
I've seen some games of Maradona. I know a Spanish journalist that he says basically Messi can like if they were both like painters, Messi can paint 100,000 paintings that are unbelievable,
Yeah.
but Maradona can paint five that are just above that,
Right, right, right,
right?
right, right,
And I
right.
like that analogy, but nowadays I think like Messi is beyond.
Yeah,
Like I think for me Messi, Maradona, the ones I've seen,
right.
Ronaldo,
Yeah,
Nazario, not the other one.
yeah, yeah.
Um, and then I don't know, maybe yeah, maybe Cristiano as well. Yeah, those four.
Right, right, right. No, definitely. Yeah, it's a crazy analogy as well. I mean, I think objectively in terms of the sport itself, you know, Messi is just number one in so many
Athlete,
athlete. Exactly,
right there.
number one, right? But yeah, for football especially, like everything he's conquered, it's like you know you look at the records and you just see his name there for almost every one, you know, and then even in comparison, because the big comparison is Cristiano, right?
Yeah.
And to see what he did at this World Cup, I mean, and the last two World Cups, respectively speaking, you know, where do you guys see that comparison at this point?
For me, uh, if you say Cristiano and Messi, yeah, I'll put Messi at the top of the list and Cristiano second and stuff like that because they change the football. they changed football, like how we view football, especially when Cristiano went to Real Madrid. There was like,
Their rivalry.
yeah, the rivalry was like back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But yeah, the debate was always, the World Cup, and yeah, Messi got his World Cup and stuff like that. So it's like, yeah, Messi is on top of that, right? But
Yeah, I think coming out of this World Cup, there's almost no comparison, and like there's no debate.
yeah,
You
yeah,
can
yeah,
never,
yeah,
you can't bring it up no more.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Right?
you can,
It's
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
you're
yeah,
gonna kind of
yeah,
look a
yeah,
little,
yeah, yeah,
like
yeah,
you're not knowing what you're talking about.
yeah, 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 no,
And
of course.
then where I take it is just like we look at Pele, right? Made 3 World Cup finals. Maradona, he made 2 World Cup finals. R9 made 2 World Cup finals. Zidane made 2 World Cup finals. Messi made 3 World Cup finals. And then you look at Cristiano, like he hasn't even got a sniff at a World Cup final. So it's so hard for me to lower my standards when I think of all the legends. You know what I mean? I feel like sometimes with Cristiano, it's like you have to kind of almost lower the threshold in a weird way. And then, like I was saying earlier with the Champions League thing, it's like that's his one, kind of high horse where he can kind of still hang on to. I'm the top scorer in this tournament and things like that. So, in perspective, right? Yeah, it just kind of made me feel like a lot less sympathy for Cristiano's career in that way. Amazing striker, still an amazing talent. He's even had his own peaks, when you think of the Man United and you think of the Real Madrid, and then even to 2017, 2018 even,
And the Juventus one
But
too.
then when I look at all the legends as a whole, right, and I said, okay, this guy did this guy did this guy did this, like for me, he's falling down the list, and that's just my opinion. I would probably have to have him either on the lower end of my top 10 or maybe even put him in my top 20. I think.
Really?
In terms of football players, it's hard for me to say he was better than R9 as a footballer. It's hard for me to say he's better than even Zidane, as a footballer in terms of full accomplishments, and doing it in a widespread, tournaments, World Cup, Champions League, whatever leagues, and
No,
that's just my opinion.
For me, I try to stay away from that actually.
Yeah.
But even then, I think Messi is on top, of course. But I try to not think about he has a World Cup or a Euro Cup or how many goals. Of course, the goals, yeah. But if he wouldn't have won the Euros, I like to think about the players that I've seen with my own eyes, right?
Right.
And yeah, I put Messi on top, and I would put R9 on the second place. And
Right.
R9 in the Champions League didn't really do anything.
Yeah,
But
no, for
for
sure.
me, like in terms of like talent, pure talent,
That's what I'm
I
trying
think
to say.
I think Messi and Ronaldo R9, they're pretty much in there,
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
same level of talent. And Messi, of course, with his accomplishments and longevity, that's what makes the difference for me. But then in the third place, I would put them two on a different, like they eat in a different table.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I'm trying to say.
Right.
In terms of talent and all that. And I think there is another table where Cristiano eats.
Right.
And of course he's on top of that table.
For sure.
And then there is Neymar and then other players that I also saw Ronaldinho, Gaúcho,
Right. Ronaldinho, that's what I'm saying.
Rivaldo,
Maradona,
Zizou.
obviously, like, so for me, like in my mind, it's hard for me to be like Cristiano is top 5 footballer, undoubtedly. You know what I mean?
From the players that you've seen with your own eyes,
Right.
Because the players that I've seen, yeah, Cristiano is definitely at least top 5, if not top 3.
Right.
But he's not up there like with Messi or Ronaldo.
Right. Go ahead. Go ahead. Before I go. Before I go again. Yeah, no, this is my honest opinion, though. This is not
No.
like because I don't like the guy or nothing like that. I still highly rate him. It's just,
Yeah, no.
I have to look at it like from a wide scope, and it's just like
Did you get to see Maradona like playing like with your own eyes, like live and stuff like that, or
I did, but I was very young.
yeah?
Yeah, I did. But I've
They-
I've watched like all
Yeah.
the World Cup games. I've since I was
Yeah.
young. So yeah, and then Maradona's an icon, right? Like, like for the '80s especially. Like, how many pictures does Maradona have? Like different on the boat, on this. You know what I mean? He's just like his superstardom like surpassed.
Yeah,
crazy.
I don't put him there.
And then what he did for Napoli as well. What
Yeah, that's a big
Maradona
one.
did for
Yeah,
Napoli,
Napoli,
like
yeah.
nobody else.
They have a
is-
church. They have a church for him.
that's what I-
They have a church for him.
That's what I mean, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I don't see that effect for Cristiano
No,
in
but
either of his
in
clubs.
Portugal, they sort
In
of
Portugal,
do.
yeah, Portugal,
Portugal,
he's
people
huge.
go
Yeah,
crazy
he's
for
huge.
him,
Yeah,
but
he's huge.
Probably.
I don't put Maradona because I didn't see him. Like whatever my dad told me about him, like I believe him because I've seen videos of him. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
But I don't like to make myself a ranking of people that I've never seen like lift in their time. So I would not do that. So
Yeah,
that's why
yeah.
I put Cristiano in my top.
True.
three.
Yeah. Of the last 20 years or whatever you want
Yeah.
to say, last 25 years. I get that. But I feel like we still know the accolades of the sport, which
Yeah,
is
facts.
the World Cup,
Mm-hmm,
the European Championship, and your league title, So it's just like, what did you do in those ones, Maradona, he won it, got to another final, He almost got to another one, but then they kicked him out of the tournament, right?
But the thing with Cristiano,
So it's like, where do we, are we just relying on the Champions League with Cristiano?
no,
Cristiano did a great job in all the leagues.
No,
too.
but
It's
the
just Barcelona was unbelievable.
no is with Cristiano, there's so many times where Portugal would have been like eliminated from like qualifying from like the World Cup.
I think that was one time when he beat Sweden.
No. There's
Sweden.
no. There's a couple of times. There was a couple of times. There was
Yeah.
a couple of times and stuff like that that they were not being able to
But,
make. To
but
the
where
World
do
Cup.
we merit that? How important is that?
For a nation like Portugal, I think it's,
It's
very,
very important,
because
very important.
Portugal,
Messi
like,
did the same thing with a hat trick against Ecuador,
I
in
remember
Ecuador.
that. But it's different because Argentina is the team that is supposed to go like within those.
I think Portugal's
qualifiers.
always supposed to go too, because they've always had, actually, Cristiano has made it the farthest in the World Cup when he had Figo, when he had
Yeah, Rui
Quaresma,
Costa.
when he had Rui Costa, when he had Pepe, when he had all those guys.
But
What year was
after,
that?
Right
Right?
after that generation,
What
there
year
was
was
So
sort of a gap.
Figo was actually a Ballon d'Or winner.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm just like, where's the story about Portugal? You
They
know,
went to the final 2004
Me-
World Cup too. Sorry, Euro.
that's what I mean. So
Yeah, but
I
that was
don't,
a
I
young
don't
Cristiano.
understand the
Played amazingly in that one.
Yeah,
did,
he
he
played
did,
him in- yeah,
he
he
did.
played really well.
that's
Yeah,
where
yeah,
that's
yeah,
where
yeah.
I
That's
started
one
to
of my
watch it.
first memories
Yeah.
of Cristiano. Actually.
Yeah.
So there is for me, Cristiano has done his career is unbelievable. It's undeniable.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Yeah.
In the national
But
team
But
too.
but like, okay, but now we take it. His one win was Euro 2016. I don't know if you guys are counting the Nations League. We can count that too.
But if you
No,
if
Nations League,
you,
no.
if you for, like again if you forget about the trophies themselves, like for me the Euro Cup he did in 2004 was better than the one he won
Yeah.
in 2016.
Yeah.
And he played also unbelievable. I think it was 2008. They got into the semifinal with Spain in that one.
Right.
They
Right.
lost by penalties maybe. And
and
he played unbelievable in that one.
Fair
So-
enough. Fair enough.
So for me, I try to stay away from. I remember particularly the games that he played, and
Right.
I can tell that he made a difference in a lot of games.
No, yeah, every game he made a difference. Every game, but it's just that also it's like when you look at the Portugal squad, it's like
I don't see them as not good. I see them
they're
as
not, they're not good.
No,
I see them as a great team.
No, they're not
They're
good.
they're a great team. They have
This
Bruno
World Cup-
Fernandes.
This World Cup, they weren't even playing. It's like they
No,
weren't even
but in
playing.
my opinion, this World Cup, the names were there.
Yeah, the name,
Yeah, that
No,
was-
but that's what it is. The name, even if you look at Brazil, so many World Cups, the name was there, but how far did they go?
Yeah, well, that's
You know,
that's-
the
that's
only
what-
time
that's
they
the
went
point.
far, it was 2002.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know, that's
So
that's
okay,
the thing,
so
right,
are
too,
you
right?
are you guys trying to tell me that Portugal as a nation is on the same level as Croatia?
No.
They're better than Croatia.
They're better than Croatia.
It's complicated to analyze that.
Oh, sorry.
Croatia has been in the World Cup final not so long ago.
But
Um,
but that's what I mean.
so
When do we say that? Oh,
Actually,
Modric is the one that is the reason Croatia, goes to the World Cup, because Croatia was in the World Cup from 1998.
yeah, but they're both teams that I think that the fact that you won a World Cup in the past, it weighs on your nation already. Like it gives you an edge. That's why we put England as a favorite in every World Cup because they won back in the day.
Right, right,
same thing
right,
with
right.
Brazil.
And I think that gives you sort of an edge to your nation to okay, I can win this again.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're a first time winner, it's a lot more
Yeah.
weight to put in there.
Okay, so I make the comparison then with Messi and Barcelona. Prior to Messi coming to Barcelona, Barcelona only won the Champions League one time. In their
Twice.
Twice?
Yeah, because it was in the 90s and then Ronaldinho.
Oh,
yeah.
Ronaldinho.
The
With
04,
Arsenal.
04, 05.
04,
Yeah,
05,
yeah.
yeah.
I think
Messi
Messi
was not
he was,
playing
he was
there.
kind of
He was
yeah,
there,
yeah,
but
yeah,
I think
yeah.
he got injured.
Okay.
I don't think he played that
Celtics,
one.
Celtic,
Right,
he wasn't
right,
there in
right,
the final
right.
because he got a groin. I think it was a calf or something in Celtics. Yeah, he missed a lot of games.
Yeah.
In the final too, he missed the final.
Right, right. Okay, but we would never look at Barcelona and be like, Messi got them another three, Champions Leagues after that point, right?
Yeah.
So they got up to 5, right?
Yeah, but you have to see what was behind Messi. I mean, for me, Guardiola was more important than Messi, in my opinion. And then, of course, Messi, the best player in the world at the time. And I'm a very advocate to defend him, but Guardiola made a huge difference in there.
No, 100%.
And also the generation with Xavi and Iniesta, and then Luis Enrique was the next winner.
Because
Fair enough.
Was it Guardiola won both two? Won
was it
two?
Yeah.
He won two, and then in 2015 was Luis Enrique.
Mhm,
And I think that I'm a Barca fan. I'm like I would die for the team and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
But
yeah.
but I think we undermine what the coaches did. Because I feel that in 2015 when Luis Enrique won the Champions League, like the press, if you see the Spanish press, they were all saying, "Oh, he won because he had the MSN, right?" And basically everyone's saying, "Oh, if I had that team, I would be able to coach them and stuff."
Right.
And
right.
then after Luis Enrique left, what happened?
Right.
Valverde basically dropped in the Champions League. We didn't win anything,
Right.
right? And then what happened with Luis Enrique now? He won 2 Champions League back to back.
Back-to-back.
So at the end
Right.
of the day, who was the responsible one?
Right.
So
All-
you have to
All I'm
think
trying,
about that.
all
true.
I'm saying though
That's true.
is, does that mean because Barcelona before Messi, they only had 2 Champions League? Does that mean that they weren't a good team before?
No, they were
No,
great.
Barca was always good.
That's how I feel about Portugal. Portugal was always good. They always had Ballon d'Or type players or very good players that, you know what I mean? Portugal was similar to Spain during that era, I would say.
I would say.
Right? They were on kind of the same level, right? But people act like Portugal's a nobody. You guys act like it's
No, but they
oh,
were.
Poland.
No,
They
but
were
no,
nobody.
It's no,
That-
like it's not
But
Poland.
The
Like
only
there's
trophy,
a difference.
the trophy,
you know?
the only trophy recently was with Cristiano.
Yeah, Nations League too.
Yeah,
No,
Nations
no,
League
no,
too, yeah. Because
I-
with Figo, all these guys, they had Figo, Nuno Gomez, all these guys. They haven't won any
But-
trophies and stuff like that, right?
Portugal's football history goes a long way as
Yeah,
well.
same with
a
Barcelona.
long way. Same with Barcelona. Same with Argentina. Same with whatever. You know. So I just don't agree with the narrative that, before Cristiano or after Cristiano, Portugal is nothing. You know.
No,
I think
if you-
they're a competitive
Yeah,
team.
yeah.
No matter what, they have some of my favorite players. Like I mentioned, Figo. Quaresma is one of my favorite players all time. You know.
No, but if you
And
put
he was a
it-
big part of that 2016
if you
title
put it
as
if you
well.
put it like that, like yes, Portugal is a big country, big football, and if you put it like that,
Yeah.
But I'm talking about Cristiano had to do so much to keep them into the competition.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, yes, they're good. They're a good team, but the players, they didn't have that many good players.
I think
Recently
they did.
now,
I think they did.
Huh?
I think
No,
they've always
those
had good
times,
players.
No, they never like. Now,
Who
yes,
scored the winning goal of 2016? Eder.
Eder.
Was he a good player?
No, he disappeared after that.
He was an amazing player.
No, but after that, where is he?
What?
Cristiano's still here.
What?
Cristiano's
You're
still
talking
here.
about longevity. That's fine. You know, that's a different thing. I'm saying, was Eder good or not? He was an amazing striker. He scored probably 200 goals in his career.
Yeah, but he
Right?
only played that.
And he scored the winning goal to win Cristiano a title.
Yeah, but he played when? Did he play the whole tournament?
That's why I
Did he
don't
play-
I don't
no,
know-
but
I
they-
don't
I think he
understand-
played a couple of
Whatever
games.
it
not-
is.
For the games, but
But
Guys, I
But
don't
who
I don't
scored?
understand the Portugal it has never been good thing, and that Cristiano is, you know what I mean, or that because Argentina has been good from 1978, that
no, I think
they're expected to, you know, be
Yeah,
be
but
on a
I
different
think we
level.
are-
I think it's football. It's 90 minutes or more, right? It's one pitch, one ball. You know what I mean?
I agree with that. And then
Um,
we have to see who is the player that made the most difference. And I think we
Yeah.
both agree that's Messi,
Yeah,
regardless
yeah.
of the trophies. were
Right,
won.
right.
And for me, after that is R9, and then after that are Cristiano.
There you go. Yeah.
So I don't
See,
think
I could even fare with that because it's like at least you're given a criteria that okay, you have to kind of hit a certain threshold.
who
to
made the
get there.
difference in the most amount of games. Messi, of course.
Yeah,
But then Cristiano is there.
yeah,
Of course.
for sure. for
Unbelievable play. Like
Yeah.
the fact that we say here that Messi is better it doesn't undermine the fact that
No,
Cristiano
no,
is
no, no,
unbelievable. And
no.
I think if we go deeper in there, I think we talked about this. We go to characteristics of the player. I told you that for me, Messi is the best with the ball,
Yeah.
and Cristiano is the best without the ball because the way he runs into space,
Space, yeah.
like it's like heading, like he's heading and stuff. I remember there is a goal that he's not even in the camera, and he's coming from the back. It was in Manchester United at the time, and he starts the play, and then you can see that the winger is centering the ball, and then he's running so fast to the right space, very similar to
I
the
think-
goal Puyol scored against Germany in the World Cup in 2010. Very
Okay,
similar,
okay.
but even faster. So
Yeah.
So those things are things that little plays are the things that they stay in your mind.
Yeah.
Right?
No, for sure. Listen, I can big up Cristiano all day as well. You know, like no, I will. Listen, guys. Like he said, Cristiano is the master when it comes to reading space. Okay, he's the absolute and that's what his skill. So when people come to me, shooting
both legs too. There's
That-
a lot of things he has.
for me that comes behind, like when people say, oh, he's fast and he can shoot hard. I mean, that doesn't really weigh for me because you have guys like Hulk and you have guys like fucking, that can run, very fast, Gareth Bale or
Yeah,
whatever, right? So like for me it's the understanding and the timing and knowing where to be. That's his ultra trait, you know what I mean? Young Cristiano, I get it. When he was on Manchester United, one of the things that impressed me is when it comes to dribbling, right? There's not many guys that you can see do step over, elastico, Rabona, like all in one move. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's insane. I put Cristiano in the top 10 dribblers just for
that time.
that time. You know what I mean? Because it like the combinations. That's what I look at when I'm watching dribblers. The combinations he used to be able to do was off the charts.
Yeah.
Robinho, R9, whatever. The problem with Cristiano's dribbling though is what he does after the dribble. Compared to Messi, what Messi does after the dribble is no comparison. You know what I mean?
He had some solo goals before his knee injury.
Yeah, a couple.
Yeah, but the thing about running into space is I think I've seen a video where
And like you're saying, with the ball, right?
Yeah,
Running
with
with
or
the ball,
without
with
the
or
ball,
without the ball.
and I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
that's important in football. But the thing is that Messi has all the other characteristics that Cristiano doesn't have.
Yeah.
Cristiano has one thing or two that he's better than Messi at,
Yeah.
and those two things are very important in football.
Yeah.
But it's just Messi is you can't compare the
No,
guys.
Cristiano hacked that side of it, the timing and knowing when to be in the box. Like it's almost like like he puts defenders on pause. Like like the defenders are like, they don't expect You know, him to come so
And-
quick, or like him to come into that space, or even figure that out. You know,
And I
and
think-
he can get on the end of balls and
And
bicycle kick,
to
whatever.
go deeper
you know?
in that thought, I think he made a mistake. Not only because he went to Saudi, but in Saudi, if you see, what's the name of his team?
Al Nasser.
Al Nasser. He plays as a number 9 without any other striker next to him. Sometimes he plays with Joao Felix, but his position is not as a number 9. I always tell everyone that I see, like, his best time in Real Madrid was when he was playing as a second striker next to Benzema in a 4-4-2 system.
Right.
I never seen Portugal play on a 4-4-2 system in this World Cup. He needs to have a guy that basically fixes the two center backs.
Yes.
Because he runs
He
around.
comes in at
right?
Yeah.
That's
at any
his
time.
and I think he's a second striker which is a very unique position in today's football. It doesn't really exist.
Right.
So like, the fact that Portugal put him as a number 9 by himself, it basically nerfed him
For sure.
more than his age.
Exactly.
Like you said, the coach,
Especially
coach
when-
plays a big factor.
When
like
you don't
said,
have a
right?
dynamic winger like that can, like, you know, like Leao's good, but he he's-
have had. He should have played with.
Oh, sorry.
He should have played with Gonzalo Ramos next to him.
Yeah.
He can fix the two center backs, and he would run around them.
Exactly.
And then the rest of the players.
and
is
then
fine.
you play a beautiful attacking football, and
Exactly.
you score
Exactly.
goals. You know,
Exactly.
like
Look at the, because I'm sure you guys seen Portugal played, but what is Portugal missing? You see, like, because every time I seen Portugal playing, it's just going like this.
yeah, they do the smiley face. The
Yeah.
smiley face.
And that's how Cristiano was getting frustrated. He's like, dude, you guys could cross the goal that they scored was against Congo.
Yeah.
It was from a header, from a cross in. How come the whole time you guys Cristiano could jump higher than most of these defenders there? Why are you not crossing the ball to him? And he's in the right position, asking for the ball.
Right.
You know, you guys say, oh yeah, he's good, he's the top goal scorer, but why are you not feeding the ball? And you have top.
For me, his age is the least important factor.
No, but the thing is too, you have two of the top midfielders.
Yeah.
One that won the Champions League, another one that's the top Premier League.
right.
And you're not feeding the ball to your striker, the top goal scorer of Portugal history. You're not
But
feeding it to him.
also, I did see some habits with Cristiano where he plays offside a lot, right?
Yeah.
And maybe players don't understand that as well. You know, a lot of times I see him, he's offside. He waits for the line to come, and then he waits to go onside, right?
But you need another guy to do that.
You need another.
But again, the thing that about having two strikers on top, it's also his ego kind of didn't help there, because I think he feels that he can play as an only
Alone,
9.
yeah,
But
exactly.
it's not true.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
can't.
Or if you're a player like Harry Kane or Lautaro Martinez and you
That
know how to
drops.
drop deep,
Yeah.
right? You know, Cristiano doesn't have that in his game where he can drop, give a pass to Bruno, do a 1-2. Even if he tries to do a 1-2 with Bruno, he's not going to be fast enough to catch the 1-2.
Exactly.
It is what it is. You know what I mean? So he's just a box hunter at this point, you know.
And he's not, yeah.
you
if,
need more
if he
qualities
plays by
right now.
himself as a box hunter, he's not.
Yeah.
He's not gonna.
No.
And I think he can play again. He can play. He's physically fit. He can
Yeah.
play another 2 years, but he needs another guy in the box.
Yeah.
Always.
Right,
I think.
right.
I
That's
think
but
his
that's-
prime was with Isco as a midfielder, feeding balls on the sides, and Marcelo crossing the ball, him heading, him scoring goals.
Right.
No, but that's the problem with Portugal. When you look at Portugal and Argentina, Argentina is always going forward. Portugal is always going backward. So it's like that kind of kills the momentum of the game.
Yeah, they
right?
try to play patient,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
suck a team in,
and that's the issue,
you
right?
know.
And that's the issue.
And I think it does boil down to the coach, Roberto Martinez. He did an awful job, you know, with the players that he had.
Yeah.
Even with managing Cristiano, you know, put Gonzalo. If you don't want to play them together, split the shift. You know what I mean? Lautaro Martinez and Julian Alvarez, they do not give a rat's ass who starts. They do not care. Lautaro will sit on the bench 85 minutes supporting Julian, and then come on and score a goal. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
Cristiano's ego is always in the way of that, right? he has to say himself, you know what, Gonzalo, go. Do the first half. I'll come in afterwards. You know, give us a goal, and then vice versa. You know what
But
I mean?
also too,
But you
like,
play for your national team.
but
You have
also
to have that.
no.
You
But the
have
thing is
to.
too, also too, you're the coach for Portugal. You don't put in Cristiano,
Yeah.
and then your team loses. Who's who's getting attacked? It's not Cristiano,
that's
it's
the
you.
risk.
It's the coach.
But
So
they-
it's
but
like,
they-
were you trying to take that?
But
Were
they
you wanna
won.
take
They
that?
won.
Huh?
They won when Cristiano came off the game against Croatia. Remember, Gonzalo got the header,
No, but-
right? The World Cup before when they won 6-1 and Ramos had a hat trick. Remember?
No,
Right?
but I'm saying.
so they were actually winning with
No,
without Cristiano.
but I'm saying
lose.
no, but the thing is, yeah, if you lose, but I'm saying if you don't put him in,
That-
like, yes, he was on, he's the
Yeah,
starting
yeah,
lineup,
yeah.
he's on, but I'm saying if you don't put him in, and it's
You have to have balls. You have to have
no, but
balls.
that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I'm saying. You don't want to be that coach
Yeah.
that's getting criticized, especially the Portuguese and stuff like that. You know, it's not that easy.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not that easy, man.
I
get
think
it.
I
You know?
think the biggest pressure comes from Cristiano himself,
Yeah.
not the media.
No,
Right?
but
I think the media. I mean, maybe if that's what the coach cares about, that's his issue.
No, but
you
I'm
know?
saying,
But I think the main pressure is Cristiano.
no, but I
in the
know.
room.
But if you take him out, will you be able to handle that pressure as a coach? That's the thing. A lot of coach won't be able to handle that pressure.
Yeah.
A lot of coach.
Maybe,
a lot of
maybe.
coach. A
Yeah,
lot of
because
coach.
now the players are even bigger than the coaches, right? So it's
Right.
complicated.
Yeah.
But I
nowadays,
think
yeah.
I think in this type of tournaments,
Yeah.
like I think Cristiano's ego played a big part. Like he should have been able to say, and if he was taken out, he has to go and say, okay, this was the coach's decision. I have to respect it, right? But yeah, I guess his ego played against him in the
Yeah.
World Cup. For
And
sure.
I think what it boils down to, even when you say like, okay, Portugal wasn't good before Cristiano or whatever, I think Portugal, they have a bit of a different football culture, you know, in terms of what they share between their players and between their attitudes, their mentality, their psychology. I think, you know, for whatever reason, it's always like they always feel like not as unified, you know, and I think that's just been a part of their problem, even with or without Cristiano. You know, they have a lot of individuals. Even remember Quaresma and Nani, and they were fighting over who had the goal, and they always technically had that like this mentality, like like Quaresma, he thought he was the best. Nani, he thought he was the absolute best player in the world. Like Nani would probably tell Cristiano to himself, "I'm a better player." Like almost like, you know, that's how, you know. Whereas when I see a team like Argentina, it's like next man up.
They know.
Yeah, it's, you know, I'll support, you know, whoever's doing good right now, you know. And that boils down to the essence of the football culture, from the family, the fans, the way they get the barbecues to get, like, it's all, you know, accumulated, you know. So hopefully Portugal gets that
And that's what, and I think that's what happened. And especially all the tournaments, Argentina, they play as a team. Portugal, you don't see them play as a team.
Right.
If you look at when Cristiano was there, started Portugal. If you see that, you don't see them play as a team.
Yeah.
You know, like Argentina before Messi. You know,
They always
play as a team. You know,
yeah.
the same time when they kicked out Maradona and was it the US one?
Yeah.
94.
Yeah,
Maybe
94.
2002 when Crespo Batistuta, they were like fighting each other.
But if you look
But
at,
other than that,
Bielsa
yeah.
Bielsa
Plus,
was there.
oh my
but
gosh,
if you look at the Maradona one,
yeah.
I forgot what team it was.
86.
86, yeah, when they were doing like those passing, and
Yeah,
Maradona
yeah.
scored.
Oh, yeah.
It's like,
They play out of like they
should've
love
won.
each other.
Yeah,
like
they
yeah,
should
like
have won.
yeah.
But they took out that piece,
yeah.
that masterpiece.
Oh,
right
the
there.
1994, you mean? The 94,
that masterpiece right there, Maradona. Because
Oh, yeah, and then
that World Cup, Argentina should have won the World Cup. If they didn't take off Maradona,
for sure. 94.
94, the
Yeah.
way they played,
Yeah.
Argentina.
Batistuta was in that team.
Yeah, Batistuta. I think that was like his first.
Panija. That was the goal against
That's my
Greece where
first-
Maradona like screamed
Yeah,
at the
screaming
camera.
at the camera. If they didn't take
With
off,
that shirt, yeah?
Yeah,
it was that
yeah,
shirt.
it was this
If
shirt.
they didn't take out Maradona,
Yeah, yeah.
Maradona would have had the second.
Yeah,
World
my
Cup.
dad said the same thing about
would
this
have
World
had-
Cup.
yeah.
And I remember that's the first video game I played
Yeah.
with Caniggia, Maradona,
Okay,
Batistuta
okay.
as a 4-3-1-2.
Okay, no way, no way.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure. And that's what it boils down to, you know, the unity and the team. You see,
I think
see
for
with
Latin
Spain.
America, it's very like we wanna win as a nation, sort of.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
I remember when we went to the World Cup, Peru went in 2018.
Yeah.
Paolo Guerrero didn't start the first games, and he was fine with it
Right.
he was the start of the team at the time.
Right.
Right. So for us, it's a party that we want to win the tournament,
Exactly.
but yeah, it's
Want to win together.
You
know?
want to win together.
No, I see with
That's a
some
fact.
European teams, they can get into the individual
Yes.
mentality. England
England
has
is
a
big.
horrible problem with that, where
Yeah,
it's like,
very big.
yeah, I'm here for the tournament, but I'm going to Chelsea like in a couple
No,
weeks.
but
So
I feel
it's
I
like
feel
whatever. You
I
know?
feel this team was very close, much
Yeah.
closer than before.
The
I
English
think,
team. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
I feel that the English team
Yeah.
this World Cup particularly was a unit,
For
much
sure.
more than before.
For sure. No,
And
but-
another team that I see the same sort of like unity concept is Norway, which I think they have great chances for that.
Yeah. Big shout out to Bellingham too, in the way
Yeah.
he played the whole
no,
tournament.
thank
Even though he pissed Messi off, and you know we got that beautiful meme of Messi's face, you know. So yeah, shout out to Bellingham though.
Hey Jude, hey Jude.
Yeah. All right. I want to talk quickly about Canada hosting the World Cup, and yeah, how that went, how the experience was for Canadians, the vibe in the city. Honestly, downtown Toronto, it was like packed every single day. There was so much going on. I feel like for us football fans, it was beautiful to see because it's something we've always wanted, and even for the non-football fans, they got a chance to experience it too. Yeah.
Right.
Well-
I was cheering for Canada throughout the whole tournament, of course.
Yeah.
They played pretty well in
Yeah.
terms of football, and I feel Toronto really like, the city did a great job with the
Yeah.
World Cup. They were at the
Yeah,
How do you
the
call- how is it?
spotlight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
they were at I
For
think
sure.
people from other places in the world they liked it here. as
Yeah,
well.
people were traveling from
Yeah.
different countries, Panama, Ghana. I seen, whole bunch of, tourists like
Yeah.
downtown.
It lived to the hype of the World Cup.
It did.
I
It
think.
definitely
I think
lived
so.
to the hype. I mean, Canada, they had their little run. I think, there's a lot that they can take away from, the football experience that they got. I thought they would have done a little bit better, to be honest with you, in terms of the way they managed some of their games, and possibly having a better chance against Morocco that game, even though Morocco is a very good team. But overall, I can't complain with,
No, I think for me it was better than 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Way better than 4 years ago. The players were a little bit more serious, more better, tactical.
Positioning
and
is a
stuff
lot
like that.
better.
Yeah, a lot better.
The mentality they took it with,
Yeah. I feel like 4 years ago they were relying more on their speed, like because that's the American.
experience.
Yeah.
But the thing is, that's their American
Running,
mentality.
yeah.
Like the NFL and stuff like that. You have to be fast, and I think they wanted to bring that 4 years ago and stuff like that, and they got outplayed by Croatia. When they scored the quick goal, like even Croatia was like, be like, okay, but Croatia has experience, right?
Exactly.
So they just
And
beat them with experience.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the thing. When they face real footballing teams with skills and
Yeah.
dribbles and things like
Yeah.
that,
You can't beat-
Canada is like, you have to take a back seat here.
in the back seat, let the professional do their thing.
One thing I always mention is the Copa America 2024, which they faced Argentina twice.
Yeah.
And I think that was a really good experience for for them to face that kind of level of team and to prepare for
For the
this World Cup.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. No,
So-
they changed the style. Yeah, it wasn't too many players running, too many high balls and stuff like that. Like how they did 4 years
No,
ago.
they try to have a possession in
Yeah.
in the opponent's half and make it work. So
Yeah. No, it was good. It was good for them. I didn't really see the downtown scene. Like I wasn't able to go see the
I
downtown
went
scene.
like once.
Uh,
And funny enough, like I don't. I was living right there. Like right before the World Cup, and then I moved to another place, and yeah. So I wasn't there all the time, but I did go a couple of times.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
cool. It was pretty
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of people. Fan Fest was unbelievable. We had, a lot of good times there. We're doing interviews and chilling with the people. The DJs were great. Like the way that was set up, it was at least fun and enjoyable, and it was free, for most parts. So, yeah, no, very fun, very fun. All right, going into our next topic. Of course, new season is upon us now. In a couple weeks. Football never sleeps, essentially. So yeah, PSG back to back. UEFA Champions League winners. How are you feeling about the PSG project? Do you feel like you guys can go for a third again with the way Dembele's playing and Doué and some of the guys there? Is there any new additions you can tell us about?
For me, I feel like it might be tougher to get the third one. The third Champions League is not impossible, but to get the third one, I feel like for me it might be a little bit tougher. Like we gotta see the beginning of the season, how the players were acting, stuff like that. If the egos are still the same, or the ego got a little bit too high and stuff like that. But I know Luis Enriquez, he's really good with that and stuff. But yeah, we have to see like how they do in those few first 5 games and stuff like that. Yeah.
Well, yeah, the Champions League is going to be very interesting this year because I know some of the English teams are back. Manchester United's back, and for Italy, actually, Serie A, no Juventus, no AC Milan, so it's going to be like a completely different cast of teams. Yeah. So. It's going to be interesting on that level. Of course, we know there's some transfers that are going around and stuff like that. Real Madrid, one of the big movers. Florentino seems like he's going after everybody. And
Huge
you never
wallet, eh?
know. Right, exactly.
900 million or something.
Unlimited budget at Real Madrid. So these guys are on FIFA, EAFC.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude.
Budget. So I was very sad as an Inter fan to lose Dumfries to Real Madrid. So I know he's over there. Cucurella, right? So it seems like their left back. They got Cucurella.
Cucurella.
And then you have Trent there. So it seems like their fullbacks are sorted out. Did they bring in Bernardo Silva
Yes.
as well?
They are paying him a lot of money.
Are they?
Yeah, like 100 million for the contract.
Wow.
I mean, the transfer fee was zero.
Yeah.
But like there is money that they pay him to go to Madrid, right?
No way.
So it's like for 2 years, like 100 million
Wow.
That's not bad for his age too. That's not bad.
for him.
For him.
Who do they also got? They got Konate as well.
I think
believe, from
the-
Liverpool.
Yeah. Yeah, and a guy from the World Cup. I don't remember what country.
Diamante,
Yeah.
Ivory Coast.
Yeah, Ivory Coast,
Yeah,
yes.
This guy used to play in the States.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
the
years
thing
ago.
is that it's funny because they offered 150 million for Julian Alvarez. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah.
And I think they were gonna pay like 100 or less than 100 for that player, but because they know that they have that amount of money, they said,
Right.
okay, no, we want 130 or he's not going, right?
Right.
So
Right.
it's funny. So
What is Julian Alvarez's release clause?
500.
500 million.
It's an unpayable.
Yeah.
But he wants to live, right? So
For sure.
so we'll see that.
It's tough because I wish he didn't sign that extension. Till 2030, I think.
Yeah.
So that's how the club is looking at it. They're just like, oh, he's our player until
The thing is that
until you pay the 500 million, or
Atleti,
it's our
Atletico
player.
Madrid has new investors in their team, so they kind of want to become big at some point. But if you actually think about the difference between Barca and Atletico Madrid, like it's a 23-point gap in the last league,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So
yeah,
they are
yeah.
not the same
Yeah,
level.
no. There's no way.
Yeah.
I
So
think, it's a broken project. I've always been one to say I don't know why Simeone is still there,
I think it's his time to go to
as the
Argentina.
coach.
Yeah.
I don't know where he should go, but he needs to go somewhere else. It's just been too long, at Atletico. We've seen his maximum,
Yeah, I
you
think so
know,
too. We've seen the
at
maximum he can
Atletico.
reach.
I feel like over these last few years, although he's changed his style a little bit to help the players, it's not getting anywhere. You're getting close, but you're not.
Yeah.
You're not getting there. So even with the money part, like they sign good players and then they sign
They
like
have spent a lot of money as
awkward
well.
players. Like it's like I get it, Sorloth, great player, but are you really gonna win a Champions League with that type of player? Like maybe not. So yeah, definitely some roster issues in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Well, and just to talk about Julian a little, I think Julian needs Barcelona more than Barcelona needs Julian. That's the reality.
Probably,
We
yeah.
have the project. So if he doesn't want to come for the amount of money we can offer, like
Right.
as a Barca fan, then don't come. Like where it's not bad. It's not a bad thing, right? Like we can always
For
find a
sure.
way
And
to
I'm
play
pretty
and
he
be
wants to
competitive.
come. I'm pretty sure it's just not his
Yeah,
up to his
it's
choice
not up
right
to
now.
him,
Yeah, yeah,
unfortunately.
yeah.
Yeah.
So with that being said, though, Barcelona, we know this. Champions League story has also been looming. Kind of. Where do you feel like you guys
I
are
think
at?
I always say that the Champions League should not be a priority for us because the style of playing we have is it's very risky, right? We can lose a game in 1 second,
Yeah.
like we did at Atletico Madrid.
Or
Uh,
Inter? Yeah.
yeah, and those red cards, I still think they shouldn't have been red cards.
Right. Right.
So the small details that can get you out of the Champions League. So if you build up, I think Guardiola said this a couple of days ago. If you build up a project thinking about the Champions League, you're probably gonna break your project.
Right.
You
Right.
have to think the long term, like in the
For
long
sure.
term,
For
right?
sure. For
And
sure.
if the Champions League comes with it,
Right,
great.
right. No, things have to develop within it.
Exactly.
Even with PSG, the development of Doué, or the development of Barcola, or like Pacho. Sometimes it's a player that it's not really intentional for the Champions League, but they end up helping you
Exactly.
win it.
Helping out,
Yeah,
But I
yeah,
think
yeah,
I
yeah.
think I think the
Even
the
Barcelona, when they did win it, Rakitic was like
Yeah.
a guy that I can be like, okay, yeah,
PSG's example is great because you can see that although Luis Enrique sort of built up the project to like win the Champions League, look at his team. Like, do you see anything that it's like
no,
out
they
like
took
a super
Mbappe
talent?
out.
Exactly,
You know what I
exactly.
mean? So it's
That's the
not like
point, right?
it's not like
He was chasing a way to play football
Yeah,
more
yeah.
than the trophies, and the trophies
Right,
came
right.
because that's normal.
100%.
And I think Bayern is doing the same. They've been doing the same for a long time.
Even Inter to an extent.
Yes,
right?
absolutely,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it's
yeah.
fine.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
they were eliminated by Ballon, but they kept their project, and I
Yeah.
think they won the league, right?
Yeah,
So-
and the Coppa Italia.
So
yeah.
like you
And we're looking much
remember,
better.
we
this
have to
year,
remember
actually.
that the Champions League is a tournament of champions, right? And just one team can win it.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
you're not a failure if you're in the second
Yeah,
place,
no,
third
for
place,
sure, for
fourth
sure.
place,
100%,
right?
100%.
That's why I'm liking what Barcelona is doing with their project. Is keeping the salaries low, the transfer fees as low as possible. I think
Right.
Gordon is a great signing, although a little expensive. He's a great signing. Adeyemi, a master class in terms of signing. I think was 22 million.
Right.
And if we sign Julian for 100 million, I would absolutely support that as well.
Right.
But I would like Vlahovic is he's becoming like he's gonna be a free agent by the end of this next season.
Yeah.
I think that would be a good option too.
I've been against that one. Yeah.
But
Vlahovic.
but
Yeah,
maybe
I'm
we
not.
don't
I'm
need a
not.
number 9
Yeah,
because I
yeah.
feel that
I get it. Maybe as like a little backup or something like that, like someone
Yeah.
to come in. But I don't think he's on Barca's level,
no.
like whatsoever. Yeah.
But what
no.
about Ferran? Then like Ferran is a good player.
I would take Ferran
Yeah?
100 times over Vlahovic. Yeah.
He might be signed by PSG. Ferran Torres.
Oh yeah,
There's a
I
chance.
heard that.
Because
Yeah.
next year his contract is up.
Yeah.
He wants to renew, but no. But
The thing with Ferran is he's basic, right?
he's a good player,
He does the fundamentals, right?
which is good.
He's not gonna give you a step over and whip it in the corner, like maybe, but like not really type thing, you
Yeah.
know. But he does everything fundamentally good, you know what I mean? So he doesn't have the flair.
Yeah,
that,
but it's
like, will make you your favorite player.
it's
type
the
thing.
same situation. Like I feel that players need Barcelona more than the other way around. I think that the foundation of the project is so strong
Right.
that we have to think about the project, not necessarily like keep it in a the salaries have to still be in that range and have players. We're probably gonna play with a dynamic 3 up front without a number 9 that's still like Lewandowski.
Right.
We'll see. What
So-
this is similar with
So
PSG's
what
been
would
doing.
you say is like a successful season this year for Barcelona?
It would be great if we win the 3rd league in a row. That would be unbelievable.
Yeah.
But if we like, I don't even see it like that anymore. I see it like if we are capable of getting 80, 85, 90 points in the league, and then maybe win one of the trophies, like that's for me a successful season.
Right.
And get as far as possible in the Champions League and compete. Not like, for example, if you see the 2019 when we were eliminated by Liverpool in a 4-0, that's
Yeah.
not how you want to be eliminated.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? Or 8-2 against Bayern.
Yeah,
Against
yeah.
Flick's Bayern.
Right.
Which is funny. That's how you like
Yeah,
if you
no, it's been
compete in
rough.
the Champions League
Yeah.
and you're down 1-2-0 and you lose. I mean, you did your best.
Right.
That's how I see it.
Right. Fair enough.
Of course.
Yeah. No, it's funny because I know we go back and forth about the goalie too with Joan Garcia, and I'm assuming he's gonna be there. Inter, we actually have a Spanish keeper that we're gonna use as our starter. I don't know if you know him, Josep Martinez, right?
What team does he come from?
I don't know what team he comes from originally. He's been our backup for the last 2 years. And Sumner, we let him go. That last season was not good for Sumner. But this guy, Josep Martinez, every time he plays, like he's good. But when I see him play, I'm like, this is Barcelona's keeper. So watch him this year. I promise you, like he's big, he's solid. I don't know where in Spain he's from, but he's good. Watch out for him this season, and I think eventually, that should be your keeper. The way I look at it, but it's gonna be interesting for Inter as well. Coming off the double, we're trying to sign Christian Romero right now from Tottenham. I think if we get Romero, we already have Bastoni. We just signed John Stones from Man City actually. We'll have a phenomenal defense. Stankovic, who I'm pretty sure you guys remember from before, his son is now playing as well, and he's an amazing midfielder, so he's going to be joining. So I'm liking the project. I'm liking what Kivu's doing. He's managing the players properly. Everyone feels happy, playing time, things like that. So I'm not sure if we'll be able to get to the Champions League final again this year, but I think we'll be competing regardless. In all three. So it's gonna be good. All right. So next up we have Ballon d'Or discussion. Of course, it's probably one of the most open ones. In terms of 4 or 5 players that are capable. What are you guys thinking for Ballon d'Or so far?
Ballon d'Or.
I got my pick. Like go first.
Mbappe. Huh?
Mbappe.
Really?
Mbappe. Yeah, Mbappe. Top goal scorer for World Cup. Top goal scorer all time. La Liga, Champions League. Top goal scorer.
Yeah.
You have to give it to him.
Yeah, as an individual, for sure,
Yeah.
Mbappe had a
Yeah.
very impressive year.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the most impressive thing was he had injuries and he still, had a great year.
And plus,
which is-
back
which
to back
is-
to La Liga, back to back, top goal scorer, back to back La Liga.
Right.
Back to back, no title.
Right. So I think they're gonna look at that as well. Did you win anything type thing, and
Yeah.
I think it's tough because obviously Lamine Yamal's there. Like for me, if Lamine was to win it, like I couldn't be mad, but I feel like he had a better season a couple years ago,
Couple years ago, yeah,
right? For sure.
Yeah.
And then the next would be Harry Kane, which is an obvious pick as well. 72 goals
That's
across
my
all
pick, actually.
competition. Yeah.
That's my pick. Hurricane 100%.
Yeah.
Again, I'm glad you said Mbappe because Mbappe is in my top 3. And I think it's time that we have to stop looking at the trophies as much. We have to see if the Ballon d'Or is an individual. It's like in football, it's the only individual trophy that you can get. Right. And in that regard, like Mbappe is definitely in the top 3.
Right.
Lamine not necessarily. The other season was better.
Yeah.
Rafinha's season, the other season was even better than Lamine's.
Right,
He
right,
wasn't
right.
even in the top 5.
Right.
For me, Hurricane, 72 goals, an unbelievable World Cup.
Right.
Third place.
I mean, against Argentina, he was a ghost. I will say that. I don't know what type of lockdown
You neutralized
system
him,
we
yeah. Which is
neutralized.
it can happen in one game,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
But
yeah.
in the whole
No,
season,
it was good for me to see that. It
Yeah.
was like the best player of the year. Like, yeah.
And I think
for sure, the
um,
ghost.
I think the Bundesliga is a little underrated. Even though like Bayern wins all the time, like if you see the games, their level is there.
Well,
So-
he did it in the Champions League too.
Yes.
He played well and scored a lot of goals in the Champions League. His hunger was there, 4-goal games, and doing all that.
Yeah, I
so.
hope he wins. It'll be
I
it'll be
mean-
good for football. In my opinion.
Yeah. Like Harry Kane, obviously, like if you can't really compare Harry Kane and Mbappe, like for me, Mbappe is just way ahead of Kane, if player for player. But I think
This season.
it's a good time. It's an okay time. If you're gonna give it to Harry Kane, make it this time, and that's
But
it.
his
type thing.
contributions were more than.
Yeah, 72 goals.
It's
He
a player
scored
of
like
the year, so yes, I would always take Kane this
But-
year.
But it's hard because Bayern also, the thing with Bayern, they love to feed the striker. Same thing with Lewandowski. Lewandowski should have won Ballon d'Or so many times.
you
right?
have Olise there too. Olise is fucking.
Olise. But that's what I'm saying. They always feeding the
feeding
striker.
Harry
They always
Kane.
feeding the striker.
Yeah.
Same thing with the Lewandowski was there. They were feeding the striker.
But
Like
that's
Real Madrid.
Also, that's also the intelligence of the player. What project to choose to go, right?
Right,
Mbappe
right.
decided to go to Madrid. He knew the fitting of the striker wasn't going to be there.
Right.
Imagine Mbappe in Bayern or in a Barca where they would always fit the striker.
Oh, I would tell him, give him like 3 Ballon
60,
d'Or, man.
60
Yeah,
goals.
yeah.
That'll be
He would
60,
score like
70
100
goals.
goals.
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%. That's the thing. So you also have to think about the intelligence of the player, what project he wants to land on.
Right.
And I think Harry Kane thought about going to Bayern because
for
of
sure.
this.
For sure. Yeah. To win titles. Yeah, no, it was. Harry Kane wanted to leave Tottenham from before, but they didn't let him, and then there was that
No,
whole.
but he was smart landing in Bayern.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
smart. He
For sure.
And I think he had a conversation with the coach and all that. Like, yeah, I think that's important too.
Oh,
But the
100%.
thing, I think the thing that stopped a lot Harry Kane to leave was his injuries. He had a lot of injuries.
Yeah,
That's the one thing too. Like
Premier League, right?
Yeah, Premier League. Because Harry Kane, if you take out the injury, man, phenomenal striker. I think he's
Yeah.
probably one of the complete striker
For sure.
of all time. Harry Kane. Like
100%.
left foot, right foot. Like he
He's a
knows
stud.
where to place the ball. He knows. Like this guy, man, you leave him a little bit of inch. He knows where to place it.
Right.
Low driven, top corner, everything. He knows.
Yeah.
Left foot, and especially his left foot too. His left foot.
Oh, he doesn't play like an English boy. Like he doesn't play like he plays more like he's like a Frenchman or something. Like he doesn't really play like a typical England player. So
but I think the
he's
injuries.
a little bit smarter, in
Yeah.
that way, crafty. Like
Yeah.
he still has a little schoolyard in him where he can pick the ball up.
Pick the ball up and stuff like that. But
cross
the
it.
injury
Yeah.
cost cost a lot of his games and
Yeah.
his career and stuff like that.
Oh, I think England beats Argentina. Harry Kane scores. The Ballon d'Or is his with the fucking signed, sealed, and everything. Yeah,
and
yeah,
everything.
yeah.
Now it makes it kind of
So-
tough.
So he's there. He's there.
Yeah.
I could see how he's there. And yeah, I think those three would be my top. Lamine, Harry Kane, or Mbappe. You know, that would be my top now.
No Rodri?
Huh?
No Rodri?
Nah, not this year. No Vinny? Wait. It's the new Vinny now. It's Vinny 2.0.
It's Vinny Chad.
The Vinny from 2 years ago ain't this Vinny now.
Looks like Jason Derulo. I don't know, Jason Derulo for a second. I'm like, that's not Vinny,
I'm
man.
like, you're gonna see this guy's old highlights, and then you're gonna see his new highlights.
It's
Different player.
It's funny. They were making jokes about it. That they showed their FIFA card with Michael B. Jordan's picture in there instead.
Yeah, like insane. I mean, yeah, if that made him feel better, hey,
Good for him,
good
dude.
for him, man.
Good for
Like,
him.
Imagine he comes and he's like top
Top
goal
player.
scorer,
Yeah,
top
yeah,
player,
yeah.
wins the Champions League, they win La
Yeah,
Liga.
Sexiest man alive, too.
it's a risk. It's a risk because if he has a bad season, this year, then everyone's gonna say, "Oh, this is not the same Vinny at all." He's a duplicate. What is it? A clone? They're gonna call him a
People have been
clone.
saying that, yeah. People have been saying that, dude. That's funny.
Yeah, no, super hilarious. Yeah, I think that's pretty much a wrap. If I guess we can take some time to give some last comments for this season's. Any players to look out for that you're
I
watching?
would say Abdel Karim. I have high hopes for that
the
guy.
Egyptian guy
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
Do you think he's gonna get playing time?
Yes, I think Flick is gonna put him in.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure.
Nice. For me, honestly, I'm gonna list off two players. There's Colo Barco, who just got signed by Chelsea. He had an amazing year in France, actually, for Strasbourg, the redhead kid for Argentina. I want to see how he's gonna do because he went to Brighton prior to France and it didn't work out so well. But now he's coming back to Chelsea. He's a player. I can tell you, he has the game in his head already. He's a player that he can accept the ball like 80% of the time. Like, and he doesn't bother him. Like, pass it to him. Like, he can accept it. He'll run. He'll do a lot of the build up. So him, and then Yan Demande, if he's actually going to Real Madrid, I want to see, because he was very exciting this World Cup. So Diamande, I'm definitely looking out for.
No, I think the same. Demande, I want to see if he goes to Real Madrid. Yeah, I want to see how he does because he's a very shifted player, very quick, very skillful, and on the right side he's gonna bring a lot of pace. To Real
And he
Madrid.
brings that like old fashioned a little bit player, like winger, I can dribble, run, I like that,
No, it's
What
good.
about Mika Götze is going to PSG? I just checked right now.
Mika.
Götze? I don't know this player, but I think
I heard about him,
yeah,
but I
I
don't
think
know.
Luis Enrique wants him
Okay.
for like 50 million.
Okay.
Young player.
Nice.
So it'll be interesting to see.
Another one is Echeverry for Man City. He's kind of been in their bubble he's been loaned out and stuff like that, but I think he's playing on the preseason now. And he's a phenomenal midfielder as well. So.
What about the young kid, Nico Paz?
Nico Paz, yeah,
Como?
that's another.
He's gonna play the Champions League.
Yeah, he's playing the Champions League
yeah,
this year.
yeah.
Yeah. I wish we got to see him more in the World Cup.
I wish too.
Scaloni was a little fixated. I even think Nico Paz, for Argentina's sake, like he could have played on the left. Because that was like the only open position. And Nico Paz usually plays on the right. But I think Champions League this year, like we should see.
But also, we don't give a lot of credits on Fabregas, man.
Who?
Fabregas.
Fabregas? Oh yeah, yeah.
What he did to
Como?
Como.
Mm-hmm.
You don't give him no credit. He also invested in the team. Man.
There's a lot of.
Yeah. From like,
I love the whole project.
He comes from the third division.
They were third division.
And that's
eh?
what I'm
Como?
saying. No, AC Milan didn't make Champions League. Juventus didn't make Champions League. Como
Como did.
made the Champions
So it's
League. You know?
Inter, Como, and what's the other team?
Inter, Como,
Is
I
it
think
Napoli?
Roma
Oh, man.
Oh, Rome.
and Napoli. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No, it's crazy.
Crazy season for Serie A.
journey for
Yeah,
for
Dybala
Como.
actually had a pretty good season. He had a mediocre season, but he was a good impact. And Roma overall, you know,
Yeah.
they signed Daniel Malin, and he played good for them the second half of the season.
Any players that you guys expect to be like shining next season, like Mbappe maybe, or
Out of the top guys, I want to see Bellingham. You know how he's gonna fit all around all these players, but that season that he had 2 years ago, you know, at Real Madrid, I'd love to see that again.
for me, Haaland actually. I think
Haaland?
he's gonna have
Yeah.
a great season.
But you,
True.
you think he's gonna stay? I know he wants to leave City, right?
no, I don't think.
I think he's gonna leave City.
Really?
Because now
Where?
without Pep.
You know why? Manchester City faced Inter in a friendly 2 days ago. I watched it. It was like 7:30 in the morning, right? I'm not gonna lie to you. Inter beat Man City's ass. Like it didn't even look like.
with Maresca.
Yeah, it was a 1-1 game, right? It was a one like so, but like we controlled the entirety of the game. Man City was defending like the whole time, right? And so in my head, I'm just like, you're gonna put Haaland into this team and make him defend for 90 minutes. It's not gonna be good. I think Haaland is gonna leave within the next 2 years.
Damn.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be.
I actually had high hopes for Maresca.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I feel that Pep maybe was trying to keep too much of possession of the ball without feeding Haaland as much.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
felt that Maresca was gonna sort of do the opposite. Was gonna maybe not keep as much possession, still playing attacking football, but feeding him a bit more.
True.
But if you say that, it's crazy.
It's a new group of players, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Remember, you have Anton Semenyo, who's going to be the main ball carrier, you know? So completely different complex. No Bernardo Silva, no John Stones no more. Like, the whole complexion of Man City's
John
changed.
Stones is in Inter, right?
Yeah. We
Good
signed
signing,
him.
dude.
Yeah.
That's a good signing.
Yeah, right? For free. So we'll take him.
go wrong with that.
I think he's like 4 million a year or something. Yeah,
good.
so
Good
not
stuff.
bad, right? That's what I mean. If we get Romero and we have, you know, a nice
Please.
defense, but
You guys play with three in the back.
three at the back. Yeah. But yeah, no. When I watched the game, like all Man City's players like played Savinho and like all these guys, and we just like cooked them like the whole time. It was not even a joke, you know. So I have a couple worrying signs for Man City from last year. I feel like it's just we're not gonna see that, you know, top 4, top 3 Man City this year.
Yeah.
Chelsea with Xabi Alonso might.
Yeah, it might be good. Yeah, they might do something.
But you know who I'm really pulling for, or like I think is gonna do good, is Man United. With Carrick
think so?
With Carrick.
Yeah.
still there, Ahmed Diallo. They still have Lisandro Martinez. They still have some guys over there that can.
Are we gonna get
Is
the
Rashford?
United's friend?
Is
Yeah, he's
Rashford's
back.
going back,
He's
right?
going back.
Rashford's going back, so yeah.
Unfortunately, because I
Yeah.
wanted him to stay, but I guess.
True,
But
yeah.
you're
yeah.
forgetting Arsenal, man.
Oh, we didn't
Y'all
talk- we
forget
didn't talk
Arsenal,
about
man.
Arsenal,
Yeah,
yeah.
because I say Arsenal might win a back-to-back, man. Because the only team that was stopping them was City.
True.
As the only
But
team.
Liverpool is has a good project too, right?
But it's gonna take.
I
It's
think
gonna
it's
take
a little
time.
difficult
Yeah,
right
it's gonna
now.
take time.
Slot's still there.
No. It's gonna be a new guy.
It's gonna be a new guy.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
gonna
I
take
think
time.
it's a little difficult right now
because Liverpool they don't have the players that they had before.
Salah is staying or?
Salah left.
No, he left. He left.
It's
Yes.
Crazy.
He didn't sign yet.
He didn't sign yet.
No, yeah. He didn't sign yet.
Yeah, so it's gonna be tough. So Arsenal back to back.
Yeah, I think
Could be.
they have a chance. It's a chance for sure.
No,
For
big
sure.
chance,
Yeah.
And if Vinny goes to Arsenal, that people are saying,
That'd be
that would be crazy.
That'd be crazy. I think that'd be more exciting than him on Real Madrid. Like, I might.
I
There's a
think
lot of
he,
Brazilians there, too.
I think
Yeah.
he has more space in Arsenal, feeding the striker
And the type of defenders he's gonna face compared to La Liga, like it's gonna be
Especially too, there's Gabriel Jesus, the other guy, Gabriel
Martinelli.
Yeah,
Martinelli,
because
the whole
if you
Brazilian
see
Gabriel, yeah.
Real Madrid's dressing room sort of like took two sides. Like there is the French players with Mbappe, and then there's Vini,
Right.
Bellingham, and
like
other
the
players.
the
So
outsiders.
Right, right,
Someone may have to leave there because
Yeah,
Vini
yeah.
has to renew his contract,
right,
or
right, right,
he's gonna be leaving as a free agent next year.
right, right, right.
So
True.
so they have to do something.
Yeah, no, some very, very interesting, and all the top clubs, I think it's going to be a competitive year,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
every team starting fresh, and saying, I want this year. So, yeah, it's going to
That's
be,
pretty good. It's gonna be interesting,
yeah,
especially
yeah,
for Serie A, La Liga,
yeah.
and EPL.
Even Liga,
Yeah, even Liga.
Liga's
Liga's
been
gonna be interesting to
competitive,
see. Yeah.
Bundesliga. I think, yeah, like,
Mm.
there's
It's
a,
gonna be. It's
the
gonna be a
top
good
five
year.
is
One
good
more
right
thing
now.
that I wanted to say: there is no international tournaments at the end of the season, so meaning that the players are going to be 100%.
Yeah. This
in the
season,
season.
yeah, it's all club focused,
All club
like,
focused.
No,
Which is
no club.
no international football, like no Copa America or anything.
Yeah,
It's
exactly,
just
exactly.
like
At
pool
least
football
1 year
all the
break.
way till the end. So
Yeah.
they're gonna be
They get a
right
proper
there.
summer next year,
Yes,
and
yes.
then
You have the Women's World Cup.
yeah.
Oh.
I know you're gonna be watching that.
If you want to mention women football, I think it's interesting to see because they play a lot slower, but they still have the sort of the same tactics.
Yeah,
So
same
so
tactics
there is
and some
it's very
qualities
cool.
there,
Yeah.
But
And
I s-
I like Alexia Putellas and Aitana Bomanti from Spain. They're great players.
Canada's always had a decent
Yeah, always had a
team
decent
too.
team. America also too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alex
United
Morgan,
States.
I think she plays for.
Yeah. No, she's not there no more. Alex Morgan.
Alex
She
Morgan.
used to, yeah.
She used to play.
She used to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
she used to.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, no, very interesting season. I mean, can't wait for the Champions League to start, and all the leagues pretty much 2 weeks from now. So, yeah, we're going to see how everything plays out. All right, top scorer of La Liga for this season.
Top scorer?
Yeah,
Mbappe again, probably.
Mbappe again.
For La Liga?
Yeah.
Mbappe.
I'm gonna go Julian Alvarez.
Alvarez?
Revenge here. Revenge. I'm a Julian. All right, what about Serie A?
For me, Lautaro.
Lautaro?
Damn. Serie A. If Lukaku's where? Napoli?
Yeah,
Yeah, if Lukaku do good, I think Lukaku, man. Or Dybala.
true.
Or Dybala. One of the two. Yeah.
Milan actually signed Gonzalo Ramos.
Yeah, for like 70 million.
Yeah, it was expensive. No Champions League though, right? But so they only have Serie A to focus on. So maybe if he can, have a good
I
year.
want to clarify though, like Mbappe top scorer, but no titles again.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, they got Diamante, so you never know.
Right.
Diamond
We'll
guy.
get La Liga.
So I'll say Lautaro too, but possibly Ramos. If he focuses. What about Premier League?
For me,
Yeah,
I want to say Haaland still. Sorry,
Haaland
guys.
still,
Yeah, that's tough. That one's tough. I don't know. Maybe Haaland. Maybe. Yeah, it's tough. But also it depends. It depends like how their game's gonna be, right? For City, right? It depends with that, with the new coach and all that. What's his style? What's his tactics? Is Haaland gonna get get feed the ball all the time?
Maresca, yeah, exactly.
So it's kind of
Yeah,
tough.
I mean when Maresca played coach Chelsea, like he uses the strikers quite a bit. Nicholas Jackson and those guys, they were all scoring and stuff like that. So I'm gonna say Haaland again too. But maybe Rashford can turn up or
That would be crazy.
Jimenez. Like there's a couple low key guys in the Premier League too, right? That can turn up sometime. But Haaland, as long as he does what he does, should be.
Yeah, he finds his way to the goal all the time.
Exactly. He just needs a streak of like 5-10 games and then.
Yeah.
All right, folks.
But
that
you're
is
missing the Bundesliga and Liga.
right.
I can say them back to back. For me, Liga probably.
Harry Kane.
No, Liga.
Oh, Liga.
Liga would be probably Dembele.
Right.
And yeah, Bundesliga definitely Harry Kane.
League on, shout out my boy Joaquin Panicelli that was leading the race last year but got injured, horrible ACL injury. He was going to be at the World Cup actually. Yeah, he was leading League 1, playing for Strasbourg. Argentinian striker, but he did his ACL in. So, yeah,
And for Bundesliga
Bundesliga, Harry Kane. Yeah, Harry Kane.
and the Frenchie.
I don't know who else there would be.
Me,
Patrick Schick.
this French guy for Liga would be Esteban Le Paul. Yeah,
Okay.
this guy, they should have took him for the World Cup for France, but France have so many striker. But yeah, he I'm interested to see how he does this season. Yeah, he scored a lot of goals. That guy. For Bundesliga, yeah, Harry Kane. Harry Kane.
Yeah, he has to
Harry
get
Kane,
it.
yeah.
Yeah. Probably in his first 10 games. Scored 2 goals a game.
Yeah.
All right, folks. We appreciate you taking the ride with us, breaking down everything that happened in the World Cup. A lot of debates, a lot of stories, a lot of things to look forward to, honestly. And we're very excited as well. 90 minutes or more, you already know, diving deep, covering everything around the world of football. Yeah, happy that you guys stayed with us for this whole time. And look out for more on the way. We're definitely going to be doing another episode very soon, right around the corner. So we'll catch up, in the early part of the season, see how things are going. Let this next few weeks marinate in, see who comes in, who goes out for the transfers. I know that's going to be a very crazy part, but yeah, that is it. That's a wrap, guys. Appreciate you guys.